this is Eldritch Yeti coming to you with the first Mod Wednesday. So we are playing Godzilla Save the Earth Melee, and I've been following this project for a little while, and as someone who loves Godzilla, who loved Destroy All Monsters Melee and Save the Earth, along with Unleashed but not as much, I wanted to go ahead and tackle this. And as for this being a mod, I'm going to go ahead, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play a round of each of these characters, just so I can kind of show off a little bit of what's going on. And then from there, I will also link the Discord in the description, so if people are interested in playing it for themselves, they can go ahead and do so. And there is a nice video tutorial making sure how to get everything to run nice and smooth. I will link that as well. So I'm using my PS or my Xbox One controller, and at the bottom you can see the icons of both monsters that are already colored in that we have, monsters that are not colored in we don't have yet. So it is a big, ambitious project. And so for people who don't know this project, basically it's these old kaiju brawler games, which I grew up on and I absolutely love, weren't really meant to be played competitively. So it's a whole bunch of people just going ahead fixing up models for these old characters, because this was back in like PS2 days was Unleashed was, I think, only on the PS2. Either that or only at PS2 and Xbox. I can't remember. But making it more competitively balanced by just like increasing speed, you know, hitboxes, all that kind of fun stuff. And with the game itself, there is a setting to go ahead and, because I'm using my Xbox One controller and this is running through a PS2 emulator, to just go ahead and configure your controls to how you like. I've only played it a tiny bit, so I don't know exactly everything that goes on in this mod. So like, I don't know what that does. But yeah, seeing this project, I was super hyped about it because, again, like I said, I love this stuff growing up. I don't know if there's laser clashes, doesn't feel like it. Maybe that's something that they're going to be working on in the future. And if you notice any kind of like glitchiness and bugginess, kind of like frame drops, whatever, they already mentioned that they are going to be working on it. But yeah, I just really wanted to tackle this because I finally got around to actually installing the demo that they have out now. And I've seen a little bit of the competitive scene, and that looks kind of crazy. I don't think I would get into it just because of the fact that competitive games, I've learned, are not for me. It's not exactly a good environment for myself, personally. I think if you're all into fighting games and stuff like that, that's all cool. But yeah, I'm really excited just to be able to finally tackle it because, like I said, I followed it for such a long time. Oh, he's not. I guess the AI doesn't know, but and there's a competitive rule set, which when you first boot it up, it will say comp or whatever. I just went to reg. I did try comp, it's just more rounds. I think the timer is also slightly different, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, for me, this is something that, with the couple characters I messed around with and getting my controller to first work, because if you don't set it up first, you can press enter to the start, but I tried going through all the controls. I got WSD to move, and like I said, enter to be start. I couldn't get anything else to work. So yeah, it could be frustrating, so that's why I highly recommend looking at the install guide if you decide that that is something that you are interested, if this game is something you're interested in playing. And I highly suggest following the project if you are into this kind of thing, which, I mean, hopefully I'll find more Godzilla mods. I don't know if they'll be up to this quality just because the team over there is really working hard. And just nothing but respect. And I'm not going to like really comment about like, oh, this feature's missing, because again, it's a very early work in progress, so they probably know what they plan on aiming, what's not really working, stuff like that. Unless I get like a major bug during this, or just my time playing. But yeah, I hope I can go ahead and spread the love And I don't think I'm gonna, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna make this a series just because right now it is in a demo state. So you've seen these orbs floating around. In case you haven't, I don't know why, assuming that people have played these games. I mean, just because I have doesn't mean everyone else has. But so energy is yellow. That's what you get to go ahead and use fire beam. Purple right now is to summon Mothra. I'm guessing they might change that to like a general airstrike later, just because I think Mothra is supposed to be playable. Oh, it looks like the ship is coming in. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that looks like it's it. Green is health, and then there is one that's kind of more rainbow color. This one, which is rage. I actually don't know how to get it to go. I've only played a few matches beforehand, so we're gonna quickly try to see if I can get this figured out. Because I remember before it was a combination of 2 buttons, but and it looks like it's already gone, so you kind of have to be proactive with it. And you can see that next to the energy bar, which is yellow, hence the energy bar being yellow, same with health being green, kind of shit some stuff, that there's that like little red icon. So certain characters will go ahead, have a projectile, like Hero and Mechagodzilla have missiles that they can go ahead and launch, and some of the buildings, depending on what they show up to you as, if they kind of like flash like this, with that like pinkish color, that means you can pick them up and throw them at them. And I know Save the Earth, like I mentioned earlier, has ability to like beam flash, which is like really cool and kind of something that is seen in some of the movies. But I don't know if I'm just not timing it well or if that's not a thing right now. And when you're using your energy, you can use your right stick to go ahead and move it around. So we're gonna just say no. You want? I might not do all the characters. Well, let me see. I'll definitely have all the characters shown. I just don't know if I'll play as all the characters. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 characters that we're messing around with. So we will go ahead. Yeah, I'll eventually make my way through, I guess. So we will do... Make sure you don't start too quick. I've done that before. And you just enter by yourself where you can destroy buildings. It's kind of cool to learn, but not really too much functionality outside of that. You know what? I might just do the 4 and just have the others be shown. And then there are a handful of stages here. And depending on if you go left or right, will be night or day. So we just showed off Tokyo night. We're going to do New York day now. Excuse me. But yeah, hopefully, I know they said some characters that aren't shown on the bottom are going to be coming eventually. Like I see Bagon, Varon, Mothra, Mothra Larva, Godzilla, probably 2 different versions. King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mogira. Those are the ones besides the ones that we have in the demo that I saw. And they did mention that they're going to add Biolante at some point. So, and if you haven't checked out any of the movies, I mean, I'm a nerd about them, so it's very easy for me to say go watch them, but it's not for everyone. But especially the old ones, there's a certain level of cheese there that just it is fun to watch. Some of the newer eras and stuff definitely have gone in different directions with how they approach story and everything, which, I mean, to each their own. When I'm watching Godzilla, like, usually I am someone who likes a bit more serious content, but when it comes to Godzilla, I'm not really I don't care about the human plots, really. Like, it's about Godzilla. I come to watch giant monsters fight. I want to be able to turn off my brain. But some people don't like that. Some people want more serious film series like we're seeing with the whole MonsterVerse adaptation, which I definitely have my opinions about. And I still don't know how to go ahead and activate Rage, but I'm not really worried. But yeah, personally, I, again, like campy kind of style. I think that's also because that's what I grew up on. And there's not a lot of things that I can turn my brain off for and still get enjoyment out of it. Like, big monster battles tend to be like one of those areas. So, I mean, besides this, you're looking at like, I mean, I didn't really watch Transformers, but like Pacific Rim, Gamma, all those kind of like big monster films. Like, I consider them action films where I'm not taking the plot that seriously. Yeah, and so far, like, the speed feels very good. That's one thing I would definitely give the game credit for.
You win.
Alright.
Monsters, fight!
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do all of them just because that also leaves some room for you guys to go ahead and further investigate if you're interested. Either by playing it yourself, watching competitive, you know, or just getting involved on the Discord, just seeing what they are all about. And of course, this is a non-profit because, you know, Godzilla is a established franchise, so you can't really go around making fan games profiting off other people's license. Hence why, like, a lot of fan games get shut down because the creators are like, oh, we're doing all this hard work, and therefore we feel like we should be compensated for it. And while that's understandable, also you have to really realize that no one's asking you to do this, and you're now making money off of someone else's property. So, and I know, like, for sure Nintendo is big sticklers when it comes to fan games. Most of the other companies I have seen aren't super... Well, video game companies usually tend to either acknowledge that people are making mods, or will just go ahead and release like their own tools so people can go ahead. Then you have Bethesda that wants to market everything and take like profits from that, which I'm not a real fan of that approach, but I'm also not Bethesda, and that's a company where I kind of wish I liked them, but I just don't. I mean, I'm not talking about any like political stuff, like same thing with Blizzard, but just in general, it's one of those things where I played a handful of their games. I played Fallout 3. I played, what else is Bethesda that I'm drawing a blank on? There's a handful of IPs. Maybe I'll throw them in the description as well regarding that. But overall, it's something that's never really clicked with me. Oh, like Skyrim as well. Yeah, like Morrowind, all those games. And yeah, if you like them, I'm not going to shit on you for liking them. Just, I don't know what it is about those that doesn't exactly click with me, but it doesn't. Rodan feels very good. If I continue playing this game, I'm probably going to stick with Rodan. At least so far. That's just from initial early demo stuff. That's also not spending a lot of time with every single character so far. So let's continue on. And I heard there was a way of, seeing you can easily do that to yourself, which I don't want to do. There's a way of apparently accessing alternate costumes. I don't know how to do that, but not really a huge concern for myself at the moment. So then we'll do Gigan, Megalon, we'll do Space Godzilla, Destroya, and then I'll play Jet Jaguar, who I already tried out pre-recording, and just kind of, you know, throw myself against someone random. So San Fran, we'll keep doing day-night. I think that's a good balance between the two. And then there you can go ahead and see Goji Rex is someone who you can go ahead and contact. There's a YouTube channel, which I'll also go ahead and link, just so if you guys want to see like the trailers and stuff like that, you guys can stay updated. And it's funny because like within the Godzilla community, these two are seen as like buddies, so to have them face off. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like you can clash unless you have to be like very specific with it. Oh boy, that was a big lag. And as you can see, which I didn't mention before, while you're hitting people above your health bar, will show you like the damage, in case you are like trying to actively learn about that. And it's one of those games where you can go ahead and press like back and like kick versus like forward and kick will do different moves, so that's how you can get different moves going, because I don't think I explained that before. And Gigan does have a teleport, which you do by double jumping. I think, which honestly, Megalon might be able to do the. I don't know how he would mechanically be able to do it. But yeah, he can burrow. Rodan, Megaguirus can fly. I believe Space Godzilla and Destroyer can fly as well, but I haven't really messed with them yet. So I believe Kiru Mechagodzilla can also fly. And that's one of the things where if you are playing the game and you get grabbed, mashing out is the way to get out of grabs. Oh. And you can see, just by me doing that, you can see Gigan move around a little bit within the grasp. And I know there's probably some like frame stuff. And also I haven't been using it. There's a block just because, you know, every fighting game has a block. And yeah, just overall the speed, if you compare it to one of the original games, you can see how much faster it is. It feels significantly more responsive. There's not as much input lag or end lag. Or I should say startup, not input, sorry. Are you kidding me? He has like a nipple hair of health. Come on. Roll through. Let's go. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait for more stuff to come out. Like I said, I mentioned a handful of characters that I'm aware of that are going to be coming out eventually. That's definitely not all of them, though. Also, I haven't learned how to change AI difficulty, so I can show you. Quick pause. Difficulty is easy. Rounds are 3. Round length is 3 minutes, and then resets the arena. So in case you want to go ahead and be using your environment, it resets every round, because there's sometimes where it doesn't, and then you just have like a barren wasteland, which is fun if you're going for like more competitive, or just whoever you're playing against is a bit of a spammer. I don't even mind that he got that, because it's just adding to my playtime. I can't believe he actually got me from that. Smack his ass out and out of here. And of course, I know I'm not going to be able to make any money. Well, I'm not going to be making any money anytime soon, so you know what? Might as well destroy the entire economy of San Francisco while we're at it, right? Come on. Yeah, there are certain like get off moves, and you know, if you're a fan of fighting games, you'll quickly figure out how everything works. I'm just so not used to having my block be the Y or triangle button, so that's what's been kind of throwing me off. But it's not like I've really needed it so far. Oh, I didn't realize you can like chain teleport. That's kind of cool. Wow, I think that's the first time he actually was able to throw me. And that's a Sky Razor, which I love. I don't think that's like the actual name of it, but that's always what I called it since I was a kid, because that's just what it looks like. Yeah, again, all these characters feel really good just being a lot faster. Like, I haven't played any of the originals recently, but just, like, knowing that there's such a difference, like, I've learned to really love high-paced games, or fast-paced games. Like, I did play Super Smash Bros. Melee, Project M, and, like, Rivals competitively for a little while, so, like, I definitely don't like slower games, so I'm... Well, not that I don't like slower games, it's just, especially in a competitive sense, like, slow games don't really do it for me. Alright, and there we are.
KO.
Let's see.
You win.
We're not gonna do that again. Okay, we're looking at 20 minutes. So this one will be a little bit longer, but that's no big issue. Again, because I'm not going to be playing it all the time. It makes a bit of sense. And actually, so if I know correctly, Melee should, in theory, be multiple characters. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Jet Jaguar, press to add a comm, Destruction. So you have Free For All, which is Free For All, Team Battle, which is Team Battle, Destruction, which is destroying buildings, a la Rampage, and then Team Destruction, which is Standard. So we're going to go ahead. Can I not? And then we're going to go ahead. So we're going to do a Free For All. And then we'll just throw a random in there. And, oh, is it not going to actually let me do that? Well, that's a shame. Maybe it is, I just don't know what I'm doing, or maybe that's not been addressed yet. Either way, we will do... I'm a Destroyer fan. I mean, I'm a fan of almost all these kaijus except for Mega Gearus, just because, you know, Locust, Bugs, just not really my thing. So same as Megalon. Megalon, the giant cicada man who... God, I really hate the sound of cicadas. They're too much, you know? But they exist for some reason, I guess. Surprised that's one of the species we haven't completely eliminated. Like along with mosquitoes, I feel like they're not necessary, but I could be wrong. I'm not not naturalist, but I don't know too much about the bug and overall food chain enough to know if they're actually truly useful or not. And I believe, so it's definitely something different than I thought, because I thought it was going to be his thing is to summon spikes or crystals for Space Godzilla, but it looks like it's some sort of, I don't know. So, my guess is that Space Godzilla is going to be, like, more technical character, but, see, there we go. There's one of his spikes, but we're not going to let him use it. And if you're someone else, you can destroy it. And yeah, the thing with Destroyer is his horn. Oh, that's like a modified version of Mothra, or that might be supposed to be Batra, which Batra is kind of like kind of like an evil twin of Mothra, but not really. If you watch the movie, go ahead and watch Godzilla movies. They're great. You're not going to be wasting your time. At least I won't tell you you're wasting your time. And that is something Destroyer can do. He can't do it now because it requires a bit of energy, but he has like this kind of pull thing, which he's had for like a majority of the games, I remember, if I remember correctly. But, and see, look, he's trying to get his stuff all good, but we're not going to let it happen. Come on. So automatically does snap. So, actually, can Destroyer fly? That's a good question to figure out now. So, Destroyer can fly, because I know in some of the games he can, some of the games he can't, because he's supposed to be like a quote-unquote heavy fighter. Let's also try to destroy some of these crystals, because those are kind of Space Godzilla's bread and butter. Of course, he's not going to let me do it. He's going to keep moving towards me, so I can't focus. There we go. Finally got a little bit of stuff going on. Yeah, I believe that's Batra, or that's just a bugged in texture. Either way, still cool. And there we go.
KO. Destroyer this one. You win.
Alright, so yeah, I'll let you guys go ahead, and if you're interested, explore the other characters, as well as just kind of people watch some of the videos, get involved in the Discord, download for yourself if you want. And like I said earlier, my name is Eldritch Yeti. I hope that you guys found this as interesting as I do. Maybe not as interesting, you guys probably won't, but hopefully you guys go ahead and check it out. And huge shout outs to the entire dev team for making such a great game and for continuing at it for such a long time. And I will talk to you guys all later.